Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like the diamond in the sky.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Today, once again, I bring you information on things that are happening in Nigeria, and I want to share with you a video of a walkout that was staged in the National Assembly headed by former Governor Siriake Dickson, who is now a senator. This walkout was in respect to the petroleum bill that was passed recently. You know, the allocation for the Niger Delta was slashed into pieces. It was 5% before, now it was reduced to 2%, and 3% is going to the north. This is just unacceptable. And Siriake Dickson walked out from the Senate because of this. And it's not going to get better any soon. You can see that the more problems are coming to Nigeria on different faces. Let us hear from Siriake Dickson what he had to say about the situation and what transpired in the National Assembly. Let's watch.
In all good conscience, as a result of our opposition to what has happened on this host community fund, we will not sit down there with them during the consideration. And I walked out. Even during the president's dinner, when we were seated there to honor the president, and we got the report of this conference committee, I walked out, a number of senators also left. And today, we left because I don't want history, that we don't want history to record that we were part of this obnoxious decision against the producing communities and our people, and also a decision that is not helpful to the national cause. This is a story that I just started. You were all here today during the consideration or before the consideration of the conference report. Yes, and the observations and interjections that I made, by which the Senate President permitted me to, under privileges, make some comments. And I made it clear that the 3% ab initio is unacceptable, it is insensitive, and it does not serve the national interest, because the opportunity cost that this 2% difference will make in terms of security management of the region and of the communities is not helpful to investment inflow, as people are portraying. In any case, this money is not coming from the federal government. That's why I can't understand the basis. This money is to be taken out of the operation costs by the IOCs. And the IOCs are not complaining. Yet this National Assembly and this Senate pegged it at 3%. There was a tie, went into conference, and they still upheld the 3%. So this morning, I drew the attention of the Senate President and the senators that in all good conscience, as a result of our opposition to what has happened on this host community fund, we will not sit down there with them during the consideration. And I walked out. We also walked out, I walked out with some colleagues initially, the very day this was passed. And as I informed the Senate President, even during the president's dinner, when we were seated there to honor the president, and we got the report of this conference committee, I walked out, a number of senators also left. And today, we left because I don't want history. And some of us, senators who also followed to join me, I thank all of them, that we don't want history to record that we were part of this obnoxious decision against the producing communities and our people, and also a decision that is not helpful to the national cause. This is a story that I just started, and I hope that it ends well for Nigeria. Yes, now having said that, the PIB is a legislation that is meant to encourage investments and regulate activities in this critical sector. And we thought that this issue of host community and other issues have not been properly handled. Number one, you know that President Yaradua, who initiated this legislation, proposed 10%. for host communities. President Yaradua, you know the part of the country comes from. But a passionate man granted amnesty, established the Niger Delta ministry, and did what was in the best national interest. This current president proposed 5% in the initial bill. And now to divide it by half is completely insensitive and unacceptable. And that was what my walking out with colleagues today underscored.
Was that the best option? A lot of people believe that walking out or staging a walkout wasn't the best option.
No, it was important to record for posterity that on this issue, our names are not, we don't sit down there to give legitimacy or credibility to a decision that is obnoxious, a decision that is oppressive, a decision that is unacceptable. And that is a normal parliamentary process. We worked out after the consideration of that. The majority had their say, the minority had their way, our way, and we returned to be part of the electoral act deliberations. As we speak, our country is going through numerous challenges. We have a structural imbalance, a structural impropriety. The structure of our country and of the constitution is grossly defective and is not conducive to productivity, and is harmful to our unity, to stability, and to progress. That's what we call devolution. That's what is otherwise called restructuring. Very refreshing stepping in here once again. Now, by the infinite mercies and grace of God, I'm back to the National Assembly to join my colleagues, first in my party, the PDP, and to work with other colleagues across the political spectrum. Those who are in the APC and the one in from YPP or so. And it was very refreshing stepping onto the Senate chambers after subscribing to the oath of office and the oath of allegiance. And I saw that over 90% of the Senate, almost all of them are friends and former colleagues and associates in one form or the other. And so it's good to be back in the midst of friends and allies, to see what we can do to deepen our democracy, to see what we can do to deliver service to our people in the remainder of the life of the Senate. And so today we give God Almighty the glory and all thanks and adoration as people of faith for His mercies. But as you know, there have been battles and battles, and God gave us victory after victory. And now we're here. But moving forward, there are also several battles to be fought for the good of our country. And as you know, most of you know the issues that are passionate to our people. Not just the people of Bayelsa West, not just the people of Bayelsa State, not just the people of the Niger Delta and the South, but the entire Nigerian nation. And so I'm going to, in the next couple of weeks and months, work with friends and allies in the Senate, in the National Assembly, and outside of the National Assembly, working and interacting with stakeholders and people of goodwill to see how we can stabilize this country. Because as we speak, our country is going through numerous challenges. Challenge of a non-functioning structure. We have a structural imbalance, a structural impropriety. The structure of our country and of the constitution is grossly defective and is not conducive to productivity, and is harmful to our unity, to stability, and to progress. That's what we call devolution. That's what is otherwise called restructuring. So you hear a lot of that from me, working with friends and allies. And working with friends, we'll also talk about electoral reform, so see how we can deepen our democracy. See what we can do to deepen our democracy. And of course, you know the security challenges in this country, challenges everywhere. In those days, we heard of only Chibok girls. Now you hear of all kinds of things, from Dapship to now, is it Kankara? That's the latest, and still counting. So we have a nation to repair, a nation to unite, a nation to rebuild. And no one person, no one party can do it alone. All hands must be on deck. And after all these national challenges, we have the challenge of also working to support the development of our great state of Bayelsa. And Bayelsa Team Bayelsa is here to attract all kinds of support. And for those agencies that have for long undermined Bayelsans, those agencies where Bayelsans are not employed, they are not represented, we're going to have an audit. And the Bayelsa team here in the Senate and the National Assembly, working with others in other arms, will push for the right thing to be done. For our quotas to be properly filled, for our people to be properly included, and we will also work to address all the other challenges and support the development in our state back home. As you know, for 8 years we did a lot. Advanced development in all sectors. And we are here now still working to attract development here to join what my worthy predecessor, Govt Diri, and his team will be doing with our support and prayers. So, once again, it's good to be back, my dear friends. I know you'll be seeing me a lot. I'm almost like a member of the press corps. So still consider me as an honorary member of the press corps of the National Assembly. And Countryman is going to be available to work with you guys so that together, with all of you also playing your roles, the members of the 4th Estate of the Realm, joining hands with us to see that our democracy is virile, competitive, but fair. And then we also address all the challenges that we are in a position to do. Thank you very much.